Angry Old Hoops here. This is part 2 of my 2024 playoffs rewind and the LeBron James double standards that I observed during it. A lot of this was pre-recorded and not released. Pieces of this one were released to the members section. So members, if this is redundant to you, I'm sorry. I'm putting it back out there for the public. Now, why did I choose who I chose? Not because of personal preference or feelings or anything like that, but they were all in the first round and got eliminated in the first round. And I feel like Embiid and LeBron escaped without nearly the criticism that Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant received. I've expressed that I'm not the biggest fan of Joel Embiid. But the reason that I'm bringing him up today is after being eliminated and after all his childish behavior, I'm not hearing that much criticism of him. And I'm wondering why. But I'm wondering why even more as I continue to hear Anthony Davis get thrown under the bus, while LeBron James escapes criticism. And those two both act like babies. They both get away with murder on the court. They're both horrendous to listen to in press conferences. Are these the people that the NBA decides to do everything they can to protect? Let's look at AD again. Because what I keep hearing about is what AD didn't do in the fourth. Like his numbers were small in the fourth. And they just threw the first periods of the game out the window. Now, I don't think that's fair by itself. I've lost track of the number of times that people came to LeBron's rescue when he shits the bed in the fourth, and they say, yeah, but look what he did the rest of the game. That's important, right? Well, apparently, it depends on who we're talking about. But it's really unfair when we go over and we look at Joel Embiid. On elimination night, in the fourth period, Joel Embiid had 6 points. 6 points. He had 0 offensive rebounds. He had 1 defensive rebound. 0 assists. 1 steal. 0 blocks. It was Maxey who had 12 points. Kelly Oubre Jr. added 8 points. Let's look at the Sixers' loss prior to that one. Joel Embiid had 1 point in the fourth. 1. Again, 0 offensive rebounds. Only 1 rebound total. 1 assist. 2 steals and a block. Yeah, I know. What are you saying? What about the rest of his points? Didn't he do well the rest of the game? Well, maybe. I thought that didn't matter. It doesn't matter with Anthony Davis. So let's look at the Lakers' elimination game. In the fourth period, Anthony Davis had only 1 point. Sounds a lot like Joel Embiid, Mr. MVP, except that Anthony Davis at least got 1 offensive rebound, 5 rebounds total, an assist, and 2 blocks. Mr. Amazing LeBron James didn't outscore Tyrese Maxey. In fact, he didn't even outscore Austin Reeves in the fourth. In the loss prior to that one, Anthony Davis had a big night, but we're focusing on the fourth, so he only had 3 points in the fourth. Had an offensive rebound, 4 rebounds total, and once again, LeBron James tied Austin Reeves with 10 points in the fourth. Mr. MVP, Mr. Avoiding Criticism, had 3 more points in the fourth period than Anthony Davis in those games. Games that only Anthony Davis is getting scrutinized for. Who was Joel Embiid going up against? He wasn't going up against Jokic. Are we going to start glorifying Hartenstein now to make Joel Embiid look better? I got nothing against Hartenstein, but he's no Jokic. What Anthony Davis did against Jokic deserves praise, not scapegoating. So that was AD and Embiid. Now let's look at LeBron and KD, because KD had solid games in that series against the Timberwolves. They were hopelessly outmatched. The Timberwolves steamrolled them, but Kevin Durant didn't have bad games. LeBron averaged 1 point per game more than Kevin Durant. But is anyone going to tell me that LeBron James took more difficult shots or had more difficult matchups than Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant didn't have Anthony Davis drawing all this attention, drawing all the heat away, helping out with the points and with the defense. Kevin Durant had Nurkic's sorry ass. 8 points and 8 rebounds per game, Nurkic. Anthony Davis with 28 and 16 by comparison, and being the core of the team's defense. We also know that LeBron is the king of scoring in garbage time, so keep that in mind when looking just at his numbers. I pointed out in the first double standard video that Anthony Davis carried the Lakers for 3 quarters, but got all the blame because he didn't carry them in the fourth. And a LeBron fan came on there and said, LeBron James outscored everyone in the fourth. Well, if you're happy about 9 points in the fourth and he's doing this crap, Austin Reeves had 9 points in the fourth on a higher shooting percentage. That was me being nice. Let me show you LeBron James in the fourth period of game 1. Point blank miss followed by a turnover. The one he did make was in garbage time, meaning the game was out of reach and they didn't try to stop him. His other 2 points were from free throws, which I'm sure he didn't deserve, but guess what? Anthony Davis outscored him. I just want to make sure I understand that you fanboys are proud that LeBron James was 1 of 2 in the fourth for 4 points. Here's your boy in the fourth of his second highest scoring fourth period of the series, taking 9 shots to get 12 points. And, of course, missing the game winner. Anthony Davis only took 1 shot. LeBron is the facilitator, right? In Game 3, LeBron scored 10 in the fourth, 66% shooting. Austin Reeves scored 10 on 100% shooting. Once again, LeBron was happy to stat pad during garbage time. Please note the clock. Please note the complete lack of an attempt to stop the layup. Point being, don't brag that he led the team in points when if you gave Austin Reeves that ball during garbage time, Austin Reeves would have led the team in points. And look at the rest of the shots. He wasn't open enough on that one, I guess. After an illegal arm wrap here, he still blows the open layup. Here's a nicely executed offense with the entire shot clock remaining. Here, a magnificent screen and wide open space, as you see there, is completely wasted by the king. And let's wrap it up with this ugly one that never had a chance in hell. Yeah, when that guy gets to take the most shots and end up with the most points, that's why your team lost. In Game 4, Anthony Davis got 1 touch, 1 shot attempt, and he made it. He was 100%. And that was off of an offensive rebound, not even an assist. Now, Game 4 is when LeBron James had his highest scoring fourth period. And there's an important lesson in that. What is it? The Lakers were in control the entire game, leading by double digits most of the time. LeBron James wasn't under any pressure. And look at some of the points he got. Again, don't brag about him being the leading scorer when the rest of the team is feeding him oops, drawing the D, and then giving him wide open dunks. Come on. That's not something to be proud of. And again, this time say thank you to D'Lo. Please note LeBron making a wide open cut to the hoop from standing wide open at the 3-point line. These are the things that happen when the other team doesn't respect you as a shooter. Don't be proud of this. And here's a silly shot selection. Doesn't matter because you're way in the lead. And he's never afraid to be proud of a wide open dunk or take more shots in garbage time. Congrats on your gentleman's sweep. Speaking of, KD was only eliminated 1 game sooner than LeBron. And KD was eliminated by the team that eliminated the team that eliminated LeBron. So if the T-Wolves are better than the Nuggets, that means LeBron performed worse against worse competition. You fanboys should really not talk shit, because it doesn't end well for you and once again exposes that you aren't really paying attention to what's happening on the court. You just want to see the narrative and the box score that supports the narrative. Did Kevin Durant not have a tougher matchup than LeBron James? I don't just mean the team, I mean his defensive assignment, or who was guarding him. And did Kevin Durant not take more difficult shots and make more impressive shots? But the headlines are trade Kevin Durant. Why aren't the headlines trade LeBron James? Let me reiterate what I said at the beginning of the video. I am not arguing that the Suns shouldn't trade Durant. I'm not arguing that they should keep Durant. I don't care. I'm pointing out a crazy double standard when it comes to judging people. Just leaving personal feelings out of this, performance-wise, it's a huge difference in how to judge players. The one game longer that the Lakers lasted in the playoffs was not because of LeBron James's performance. Again, I don't care where Kevin Durant goes. I don't care if the Phoenix Suns trade him or not. I just am trying to point out how people are treated very differently depending on what the script is. And going back to Anthony Davis, if you want to put that much criticism on him, then you should also make him be the one taking the game-winning shot, because we see what happens when LeBron has the ball at the end, in addition to his turnovers, missing the game-winning shots. So if you're going to let him escape that, not take responsibility for that, then at least let Anthony Davis take the last shot, since you're going to put the blame on him anyway. LeBron complained about a lack of cohesion, a lack of opportunities for their team to really play together through the season without some injuries here or there. My God, well, look no further than the Suns. How many games did those guys play together? And any team with Nurkic at center is ultimately screwed. All right, that's it for this podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.